Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya, and in today's video I wanted to do another coloring update. And I think when you will see this video, I'm out of town, so I'm kind of pre-filming some videos. But a lot is going on here on my coloring desk, so I'm excited to share it with you. The first thing is, let me start with just the boring stuff, which is if you have these oval brushes for the gel crayons, I found that instead of like regular baby wipe to clean, the makeup wipes are amazing for cleaning it. It will clean your brushes so good. So if you shop at Costco, their makeup wipes are amazing. They get everything out. If you don't shop at Costco, just try to get like a good quality makeup wipe, and it cleans the brushes amazing, much better than like a regular wipe. So I wanted to mention that. Second thing is I want to mention, I told you guys I was testing out the Black Widow pencils. And I got the dark skin tone set, which is this one. And then the pastel set, I forgot what it has like a deer on it. Monarch maybe? Oh yeah, Monarch set. So I got them with high hopes. A lot of people like them. Like everyone loves them. The reviews on Amazon are amazing. And I had really good luck with my Brute Fooner squares and my Sioux color pencils that I thought, you know what, I'm going to go for it. Just try it out. Not that I need it, but I found that I didn't like them. I felt like they weren't that pigmented. I feel like the Brute Fooner squares are more pigmented in my, it's just a personal preference, I think. I also think the Sioux color, even though the packaging is not as nice as the Black Widow has a really nice marketing and a nice packaging, but I feel like these are more pigmented. It's cheaper packaging. It's not as nice, but these are really pigmented, and I just didn't like them. They were light, and I thought, you know what, I spent on all of this like 2 sets. It's not even the whole set. There's like 3 more or 4 more like sets to complete your set. So just for these 2, it was like $40. And I was like, you know what? I'd rather take that $40 and spend it on a high quality pencil, have less of them. So I returned them. I did return the Black Widow. Personally, for me, I didn't like them. I'm sure I know a lot of people like them. So I think it's just personal, preference. So I wanted to mention that. Another thing I wanted to mention is I showed this in a haul a while ago, The Art of Mandy Manzano, and I paid like $15 on Amazon for like a thin book because I love the art so much. But let me tell you that the paper that it came in was like is like tissue paper. It was thinner than Amazon paper. It was like tissue paper. It was ridiculous. And it was double-sided. Like, it was just absurd, really absurd. Even for pencils, it was too thin. And even Mandy Manzano said it in her website. That's why she decided to just sell on Etsy the PDF and you can print it, because she felt that the paper that the publisher used was too thin. So, but I did get it, and then I ended up going to a printer nearby, a printing business nearby, and they were really kind. I brought my own paper. This is like a nice card. This is what I use to swatch all my pencils. It's like a cardstocky type of paper. And I just had them photocopy it onto this paper and bind it. And then I threw away the original because it was just horrible paper. So as you can see, I had them do it like that so I can use my alcohol markers. So yeah, I love her artwork. I can't wait. I haven't done a page yet, but I really want to. And I'm excited to go for it. I'm going to use Inktense, I can tell already, and watercolors and stuff. Look at the beautiful cover. They used watercolor, I think. So yeah, that's Once Upon a Time by Mandy Manzano, and I did have it photocopied on my own paper and bound. So I just wanted to show you that. For Enchanted Forest, I wanted to update you guys on that page that I showed you last time. So I did end up using the Derwent paint palette. I used the Ionian green for here, and then like the fuchsia for here. And I did 2 coats, and it looked really nice, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it and I added glitterific on the on top. So I added glitterific there and here. And I think I'm pretty much done improving these pages. So I'm gonna call them finished. And I'm very pleased. So I wanted to show you that. I'm not gonna show it on my completed pages because it's an old page that I just updated. So it wasn't really like a whip. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys. I do want to do a flip through eventually, I think soon, of all my completed pages in Enchanted Forest, because I updated a lot of them. Like right here, I added the background with a gel crayon. I added some shading. So since my last flip of this book, I've done a lot. So I'm going to redo a flip of that before summer starts. So just wanted to show that to you guys. Okay, so something really exciting that's been going on here is that I have been interested in trying oil pastels. At first, for a long time, I thought, you know what? Oil pastels, it's just not for a coloring book. It just really is not meant for a coloring book. But recently, I've been kind of looking at videos, and I saw a bunch of wonderful videos of people trying to use oil pastels in their coloring books. Many people have tried it and have had nice results. And her name, it's a wonderful colorist. Her name is Love of Purple, or For the Love of Purple, something like that. I'm going to put it in the description. Wonderful colorist. And she did a technique. She did it in a Kirby book. And I'll show you. I kind of tried to copy her technique. Let me show you here. This area right here is kind of like using her technique. And I'm going to show you in a minute. But I wanted to show you these. So I decided, you know what? I really want to try oil pastels. Now, before I ordered these, my kids have like cheap oil pastels from Michael's and like the Dollar Tree or something. We have them in a box. And so before they came in, I thought, this is just a book that I'm tossing. It's colored in. I got a refund on it, but I thought I would use it before I toss it. I used my kids' oil pastels just to experiment. And I brought baby oil out. I brought the Q-tips, but because it's a cheap, the paper wasn't right, and because it's a cheap oil pastel, it wasn't great, I was experimenting. So that's one experiment that I did. And then I experimented here in Flower Fairies, also before I kind of knew. This is where I really put a lot of product on. And I did the Q-tip and I tried, I think, just the Q-tip maybe, and the baby oil. I'm not sure if I did baby oil, but it's okay. It's nice. Here, if you're wondering, I did the my metallic marker from the Dollar Tree on the outside, but that's where I kind of did the oil pastel. So it's okay. I was experimenting. But the last experiment I did, and because this is Amazon paper, this is called 100 Flower Designs. It's an old book that I've had for a while. And, it's just fun for like experimenting. Like here I experimented with different things or whatever. This is gel crayon directly on the paper. Not so great. But where's my, here. So here I experimented with the Love of Purple, her technique. And it's really awesome. You just need oil pastel, good quality, and a Q-tip. You don't even need baby oil. But she applies it in a special way and not very hard. You don't want to kind of do a hard, you really lightly put the pastel. I'm going to show you. But also go check her video. I think I'll try to link her video so you can kind of see. But the reason, so I decided to go for these, the Mungio. Now, I think these were like $20, $22. There's another brand that looked really nice and had good reviews called Paul Rubens, the Paul Rubens brand. But the reason I decided to go for these is because the paper that they use, both had equally wonderful reviews. But the paper that they put on the pastel, I feel like matches the color so much better than the Paul Rubens. So I don't know. These looked better to me, so I got these. I'm sure those are amazing too. And these are very soft and very pigmented. And for like $20, they're very good quality. I was shocked. And I thought to myself, you know, even if I don't use them, my kids will love them. So let me kind of show you what she does. I don't even remember what like color I used, but let me bring you in a little bit. And the trick is, like, you know, you can use other colors, you know, she adds a little color on the side. See how I'm using the side very lightly? You don't want to like write it on, you know, because then it won't blend. If you lightly put it on top of the paper, it's easier to blend it. So let me just show you how. Just like that. And this is like Amazon paper, remember. So let me take another color. I don't even remember what colors I was using, but that's okay. Okay, now let me get my Q-tip. Hang on. Okay, so here I have my Q-tips. And what she does is just very slowly, you know, it's not going to be a fast process. She is just smushing it in very, very slowly and gently in. And it's not a lot of, you know, product. By the way, she does it much better than me, so definitely check out her video, but I just wanted to show you. Let me move that out of the way. And I'll show you in a second where I thought about experimenting next, what book. It works really nicely on this kind of low quality paper. See here, maybe I pressed too hard with the red, but it's okay. You can add a little more and then layer and soften that up. Now, I'm not sure if she used baby oil. I didn't see. She just showed a Q-tip. So, but I feel like you don't need it. And baby oil is very tricky. You really need a tiny, tiny amount. And people usually put too much. And it ruins your page. So be careful with the baby oil. But yeah. So that looks awesome. I love it. So that's her technique. And I still need to experiment with it more. I think I want to try doing it in this book. I'll show you. Let me just go out a little bit. Oops. Oh, let me just show you a little bit up close in case you're wondering there. But the place I want to try it really is going to be in this book because it has horrible paper. The Garden of Earthly Delights, a beautiful book, but the paper is like newspaper. Like, not newspaper, no. It's thicker than newspaper, but it's very porous, very rough and porous. So water is just not going to work here at all. It has to be pencils and gel crayons and like, but I want to try the oil pastels on this. I think it's going to be awesome. So I'm going to try it here in this book. That's my plan. So I'm going to keep you posted on that. Maybe in the next update, I'll show you after I tried it in there. Okay, another thing that's really exciting that's been going on is that I got, after I returned the after I returned the Black Widow, I just said, you know what, for another $40, I basically get 60 high quality watercolor pencils by Faber-Castell. And I've been curious, I've been wanting to try, I wanted to try like one or two to see if I liked it. But then I got impatient and I just ordered. Now I saw this, I see that a lot on, what's her name? Shell's Coloring Journey. She basically uses this mostly. So, you know, it's inspiring. And I saw her lay down on one of her color alongs. I saw how much pigment came out when she was doing it. Now I have let me show you what I have from before. 1 second. I've had for a while a collection of super color pencils by Caran d'Ache. They look like this. They're thin. And I started collecting it because they had it in my local art store. They had this open stock. And I just started collecting them over time, you know. So this was a really slow building collection. Now, I didn't know much about, you know, watercolor pencils or anything at the time. In terms of comparing, I think they're almost the same, except I think this might be a little bit better, these. I'm not sure. I'm still testing them out, but I can tell you that these have a bigger range of pastel colors. Like, these have I think a bigger range of colors. And what I like them because it supplements my Inktense, because Inktense is amazing. Inktense is more pigmented than both of these, you know, because it's ink. It's not a watercolor pigment. But they don't have that many colors, so this kind of supplements it. And then I have my beautiful graphite tint, which I love as well. So I put that all together, and I kind of use them all together. But I really have been curious about this, and I decided because it's the same colors as the Polychromos, which I already have, I didn't really need, for a watercolor wash, I felt like I didn't really need a set of 120 like the Polychromos. These are really, really awesome. So I got these, and I just the quality. I mean, when you hold the Black Widow pen, this is just my personal preference. Like, when you hold a Black Widow pencil, just feels cheap. I don't know. Like, these are just made so beautifully. I am a fan. High quality art supplies is just, there's nothing like it, really. So I felt like, you know what? I only need 60. If I want, I can always get open stock. Like, I don't need all the reds. I don't need all the yellows. I don't need all the grays. It's a waste, you know? If I do add colors, it might be one of the lighter blues, like a turquoisey light blue. I might add some greens and some browns, but I don't really need a lot of yellows and reds, and you know what I mean? So I feel like a set of 60 is perfect for this. And look at the colors. This is the swatch card, and as you can see, it does look like a watercolor. Okay, let me show you the Inktense right here. I don't know if you can see, but these are more vibrant than this. This is more of a watercolor wash. But it's still a very pigmented, nice watercolor wash. Whoops, sorry, my camera. Yeah, that's the ink. I don't know if you can't really tell on camera, but these are more vibrant. But I love the colors. I love the pencils. On the Erie books and the Japanese books, like a good quality paper, it works amazing. By the way, I think for watercolor, honestly, for watercolor pencils, the Japanese books, the paper is unsurpassed. I haven't seen any other paper in my, experience, in my personal preference, that is better for watercolor than the Japanese. I just have it. Like, they're amazing. So for the Erie books and the Japanese books, these are amazing with watercolor and then pencil on top. I love it. It's like super, just quick. It makes things quicker, in my opinion. So I love them. So that's something new. I haven't sharpened all of them enough, but I'm going to keep them in here for now because it's easy. So that's a big update that's been going on in my desk. And I do like to keep a swatch with the art supply. I noticed that it's better than having it in a book, for me at least. Okay, the last thing I want to show you, hopefully it'll inspire you, is because of the whole oil pastel background thing, I kind of got inspired to do a Neocolor background again. And I haven't done one in a while. So I was experimenting with some blends, and I found this one, the 4-color here, was just the best for what I was looking for. So I have Prussian blue, malachite green, turquoise green, and jade green. And I was inspired by the cover of this beautiful book, Fantastic Planet. I've had this for a while, and I've been meaning to work in it. But I saw a video recently of Heidi, HCH Coloring, and she showed a picture that she had done out of this, one of her older videos. And I was like, I really need to get to this book. It's so beautiful. So I pulled it out and I wanted to do a background, not with oil pastel, but with this, but like similar, you know. Because of the oil pastel experimenting, it kind of made me want to. So I wanted to do this page, and instead of doing a gradient, which I love how they did this, I did more of like this kind of background where you have in each pocket I did, you know, the blend. So it was so fun to do, so easy, so fast. So if you have like a big background that you need to do, and you have Neocolors, definitely try to use that. Here's my, this is just a cheap sharpener from Target, and I use the big hole. So for these, you can sharpen them. And I did not know didn't even think about sharpening them till I saw Coloring with Kay sharpen them in one of her backgrounds. And then I was like, oh, that way you can get into the details, like amazing. And there are some colorists that actually save the shavings and make watercolor out of it. I've seen somebody do that. So interesting. But yeah, this is like a tropical, I love like the tropical ocean kind of blend. So I wanted to show you, and this took not very long, you know, so think about if you have like a big page that's overwhelming. Watercolor is quick with pencil on top, or like Neocolors or gel crayons. You can really try to make your life easier by using those mediums. So just wanted to show you that, and that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope you enjoy your coloring, find it relaxing, and have fun with it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.